Welcome to this newest video. Whomever is watching this video or listening to this video, whomever cares in the slightest of the entirety of the world, I absolutely do not care. Whoever listens, as like I said before. And thus, the creation of my projects for these particular videos and this channel, it's not to bring attention to myself, it's more to bring attention towards awareness of societal issues that need to be addressed, and to invoke your deepest core in your imaginations, and your creativity in your mind, and your subconscious, and your consciousness, to expand your mind and yourself, your limitless possibilities and potentials, to utilize the truest of yourself, to travel deeper within, not so much, not only occultism, but also to navigate the exploration, the infinite journey that is inside of you, that exists, that is constantly beating much like that of your own heart. And you see yourself unraveling, unveiling new chapters and new beginnings, new awakenings that happen every day. The more you travel down this particular rabbit hole and this path of life, this journey, wherever it may bring you and manifest for you, is wherever you will end up. And what you make of life, a life is what you make of it. And you know, there are so many people that complain just to complain, and they procrastinate so much at a point where they have a limited existence. They have no understanding of the fruits, the apple of life, of what life can bring towards for you, and what life can ultimately mean for you, and how to envision life, and how to envision greatness for yourself. You see, you are the owner, you are the master of your own life, your own existence. No one else has set forth a path for you, and no one else would walk the journey of your life for you. You have to be in control of your own reality. You cannot allow your reality to be in control of you and to manifest and to materialize you for who you are. You have to be the one in control of yourself. I used to watch Ralph Smart and a lot of his videos. I no longer watch his videos due to his seemingly limited knowledge in regards to at least an outsider perspective. As a philanthropist, as a philosopher myself, a visionary, a starseed, a witch practitioner, a practitioner of dabbling with angels, of demons, with chaos magic of all kinds. So I used to watch a lot of his videos at least every single day, as much as he would upload his videos consistently. And I would tune in regularly to watch, to listen, to attune to his words, and to adhere that, and to submerge that deep into my subconscious, into my conscience, and my mind, and my spiritual vessel. And I channel his words into thoughts of creativity, of inspiration, in such a way that, as all people should, as all human beings should, you should take words into consideration, and to read between the lines, and to being able to adapt that into the deeper subconscious of your mind, and allow your consciousness to travel in such a way that it provokes your mind. It allows inspiration and a freedom, a flow of information to travel through your entirety of your spiritual vessel and your body. But to me, you know, Ralph Smart, and I say this with the utmost respect for this video, it's nothing personal towards you, Ralph Smart, but that absolutely offended me. And I don't want to sound like, you know, one of these people that, you know, liberals who talk about, you know, of being offended or triggered or quote unquote this whole cancel culture. But when he started talking about, when he started referencing, he made a video in particular where he was referencing extraterrestrials. Now, he did not say all extraterrestrials, and he did not even say at least half or some extraterrestrial life. And I think that he should have made that clarification a lot more on point and on key. Because if you don't clarify yourself, if you are not specific and ingrain yourself into fine detail, as I myself I do, people are going to assume, they're going to create all sorts of disillusions, and misconceptions start coming into play, into perspective, and everything start piecing together in such a negative light. So that's why it's most important to clarify yourself, to confirm yourself, and be specific. And so he was talking about extraterrestrials in a much general statement and perspective, listening to what he had to say, and understanding that I, myself, as a starseed, as a light worker, you know, we are a form of extraterrestrials. And he never talks about starseeds, he doesn't talk about 1111, he doesn't talk about a lot of these different important vital factors involved for indigo children, of our pathways and our purpose and our mission to being sent here upon this earth and this planet to help revolutionize change, to spark that fire of creativity, of that inspiration, of positive changes of the world, and to planting seeds of knowledge, of intellect into the minds of people, to being able to influence and inspire people. Now, he just talks about an overgeneralized statement of all extraterrestrial beings are here on this planet, and their primary purpose and their focus and their attention is to enslave all of mankind, of all of human species, and to completely harvest all of our resources, to take us over, to turn the catalyst of humanity into an end game for an enslavement. And this blueprint of our enslavement is mapped out accordingly by their will, and everything's done by a strategic plan and order, and everything is to fall in line, and everything is done by design. And I have to completely disagree with that. I think that's very much limiting your potential, your mind, for expansion. And that's very much narrow-minded. It's just like saying, okay, all white people, all black people, all this, all that, you know? And it's not right. To me, personally, it's not right. And another note that I wanted to make was, you know, I'm a fan of 6ix9ine, and I'm a fan of underground music, some mainstream music. Music, to me personally, is something that I had dabbled with my entire existence. And music is very much a mood elevator. It stimulates your consciousness. It actually affects the dopamine of your mind. It allows inspiration and influences to travel throughout the world, throughout centuries, since the beginning of time of human species. It has constructed pathways of betterment towards a more versatile, more open-minded society, a diversified culture and society. Thus, we are able, through music, we are able to celebrate each other's cultures, our differences, and through creativity and the celebration of art, we are able to provoke our consciousness and our thoughts. And it doesn't matter of what you listen to, it doesn't matter what you watch, it doesn't matter what video games you play. You know, everything supposedly has an influence on your mind. It really depends on perspective, honestly. If you are someone who a lot like myself, who has a strong will, determination, courage, faith in yourself, and not just faith, but if you have a strong mind, if you have a strong will and determination, that absolutely nothing in this world could ever break you down, could tear you apart, to dismantle you for who you are, and you understand for who you are, and you have complete control over your thought process, over your emotions, over your mind, your daily life, you could achieve limitless potentials and possibilities. The realm and the sphere of possibilities is not only in itself a mystery, but it's powerful. Your mind is a sacred tool. Your mind is a powerful weapon. And as long as you are not enslaved to other people's influence in a much negative perspective, even a positive perspective, you know, you have to be an individual. You have to align the cord of your own will within yourself, and you have to bring forth and manifest that to the surface, and to rise up from the black oceans, the oceans within yourself, to be your own master. At the end of the day, that's what it is. You have to be your own master, to have a strong will, and to be yourself, to embrace your nature, and to not allow outside influences as such, video games, TV shows, science fiction, movies, fantasy, folklore, you know, music, to have control over your mind. And to the weak will, I can see how that is an underlining problem and issue that we have in our society, where people, you know, as such, okay, they gangbang or they act upon certain crimes, and that's just weak-mindedness to me. That's utterly pathetic to me. There should be no such thing in existence of people doing such things. But then again, stupidity and ignorance governs the sovereignty. It threatens our sovereignty of the world. You see it for yourself. Cancel culture. You see the liberal left. You see all these different things. There are so many people that are ruled and governed by laziness, by apathy. People never taking the time out of their daily lives to put positive energy or good karma back into the universe. They never take the time to clean up the streets, to help their community, to, like I said in my previous videos all the time before, I always talk about and criticize people of them never helping their animal shelters, helping the homeless out on the streets. And as a controversial figure as myself, there are so many people that would rather criticize you for doing a good job of going out into the world and not just talk the talk, but actually walk the walk, to implement words into actions, into reality. And there are so many people that are so envious, so jealous of you, that they cannot do this. They cannot do this in the slightest. They have little to no understanding of what it is to go out into the world, to shed light upon issues that are relevant, things that are vital, that are important. And for me, various subjects of issues are always raised to my attention. I have no favorite subject whatsoever. I have a passion in general for everything that I do and everything that I construct into my life, into the pathways, into creation of my future and of my present. And as a black magician, as a sorcerer, as a light worker, I embody everything all the same. You know, I create these videos to help inspire the world, and let it be so. Whatever people think about me is what they think about me. That's their entitled opinion that they have, and whatever they want to think about me is their perception. But in closing, in conclusion of this video, you know, I no longer watch Ralph Smart. I no longer listen to what he has to say, because in almost every video of his, he always talks about generally the same thing, talking about the birds and trees and nature. I mean, I get it. You know, I mean, as a witch practitioner, as myself, dabbling with Wiccanism, paganism, Satanism, what have you. You know, take your shot, take your pick. You know, I've done quite a bit. I've done, like, Enochian magic. I've done a lot. You know, and I still do. I can constantly construct myself to become a better version of myself every single day of my life. I never stay stagnant. I never stay the same. I never revert backwards in time. I progress towards the future. And I become stronger. I become wiser every single day. I become a better person than who I used to be than the previous day. And, you know, it sounds like a broken record after a while. It becomes redundant, like repetitive. And I don't know, that's just me, that's just my opinion, that's how I feel personally. I don't want to listen to somebody who does the same thing every day, you know. And like I said, getting back to the nature talk and perspective, I worship, I embrace, I preserve, and I raise awareness, and I attune myself and align my energies and my consciousness with nature, with the universe all around me constantly. I rather prefer wildlife and the sacred life of energies of animals and nature more so over than humans, than people. Because, you know, people are, at the end of the day, are nothing but drama starters. They want to invoke beef and chaos into your life. They want to, you know, commit all these atrocities and crimes in the world, and, you know, all the drama aside, they want to do all sorts of negative, evil things into the world. And thus, human beings are primarily responsible for much of the poverty, the wars, the endless destruction and chaos, the corruptions of the world. Although, yes, there's a global mass awakening happening every day. So mote it be. And let's hope that the continuation of our future, at the end of the light, at the end of the tunnel, there is light to illuminate everything. And thus, I've always been a gray, a balance, and I don't believe in light and darkness. I see both. I walk in between both. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. My name is Cody Gremlin. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Talk to you soon.